Hi, today I'm doing field exercise number 2. On Sundays, I go to River West Assisted Living and I hold a Sunday fellowship for them so that they get to have church. When I go, they're usually scattered about and the aides come and they wheel them down to the sunshine room and we sit around a table and I lead them in singing songs. And then we read the Bible. We read the Bible stories. We have gone from Abraham all the way through 2 Kings now. We have just finished reading about Solomon. I have found that with this group of people, with the dementia, the slower thought processes and stuff, that reading stories really helps them remember, recall stories, because they are some of their earliest memories. With Alzheimer's, they always revert back to their earliest memories. And then we pray. And so we're always, counting blessings, praying for family, praying for their caregivers, praying for each other, and praying for football and whatever. We pray for dogs and cats, their pets, and it's just a time to be with them and lead them in coming to the Lord, because they're no longer really able to do that on their own, but they still desire to. So, let's see. Today, Alice, she fell asleep, and sometimes that happens, and that's okay. They understand that, it's not going to be pretty and it's not going to be perfect. It is what it is. They're just happy someone comes. And Gene, he's a Brethren Baptist preacher. He started pastoring in 1947, so that's 74 years. And he's funny because he can sing all the hymns in his sleep, in harmony. I have seen him do it. And when he is asleep and I start reading the Bible and he recognizes it, he will start preaching in his sleep. But then somebody will punch him and he'll wake up and he'll listen. And, he really responds to it because it is a part of who he is. And today, when I got there, he was banging on the door of the kitchen, trying to pick a fight with the dishwasher. So I grabbed his wheelchair and said, "Come on, Gene, it's time for church." And so he was like, "Oh, okay." So he went and he sang and participated, and I could tell when we were done, he was much happier. He was calmer. He didn't want to pick a fight, and it just soothed his soul. Bonnie is a new resident, and, they come and they're confused. They don't want to be there at first. And she was crying today, and that's a part of Alzheimer's, is it affects the emotions. And so she couldn't tell me why, but all I could do for her was to hug her and pray for her out loud so she could hear it. So I prayed that God would calm her soul, that he would be with her and help her remember that she is safe and well cared for. And that seemed to help. So, they just need people to come and just be with them. They don't want anything fancy. Just sit in a chair beside them, and watch TV. They're happy with that. But they still want to be a part of the community. So, we have started doing communion once a month. So communion, the first time was kind of crazy. The little tiny cups don't work. They can't pass a plate. So what we've found works great is we have cookies and juice. And so it's usually grape juice. And I went to over there, and Leslie, one of the residents, who was in a horse riding accident when she was 15, she's now in her 50s, she helped me. She held the bowl while I mixed, and we made cookies and had communion last Sunday. And so some of those residents haven't had communion in 5 or 6 years. So the church really needs to get into these places. They're wanted there. And it's a great way to teach people how to speak and how to pray and how to lead community into the presence of God. So, oh, and one last person, his name is Perry. Perry says that he worships Satan, not the Satan of the Bible, but a Satan who is a spirit. He was a preacher's kid, and he decided that they were nicer to him. So, but yet he and I have built a relationship around sewing. He makes hats and he gives them away. And so I keep a sewing machine going, and I'm always looking for fabric on sale for him. And we have a wonderful relationship. I enjoy him, and I hope I'm helping him see that we're not the ogres of his childhood. So thank you for listening to me.